For me, the absolute best feeling is getting out of a pack, taking my lap, getting real low, and seeing my teammates making little holes for me and just boogieing on through, and 4 points, and here I am making another lap. When you can get through unscathed, using the skills that you learned in practice from your coaches and your teammates have helped you, that gives me the feels.
In 2006, in Indianapolis, the Naptown Roller Derby was founded, and in the first 10 years, they qualified for countless playoffs and championships, even taking home bronze at the WFTDA Championships on 2 occasions.
So back then we had 3 teams. We had the Tornado Sirens, the A team, we had the Warning Bells, the B team, and we had the Third Alarm, the C team. When I tried out, there were 17 people who tried out with me, so we had a pretty big league of at least 80 to 90 skaters. We'd practice a few times a week. We get to skate in our own little new person bubble, and then we would jump up as we progressed in our skills. We used to be in the top 40 teams in the world for roller derby. We have great skaters like Will Smith, Dora the Destroyer, Wham Bam, Diamond, and then COVID hit. And a lot of our great skaters had that time off, and they thought, well, I don't know if my body's going to do this anymore. So they decided to take some leave. We fell on some hard times. It was hard to keep our practice space, so we had to move out of our practice space. We looked for one for a while. We're working with Indy Parks right now to skate in one of their spaces, and we are so thankful for our friends at Circle City. They have offered to lend out their space for us 2 times a week.
But a derby team needs more than a place to skate. They need skaters. One unique thing about roller derby is their skater workshops. More than tryouts, they build relationships and skills for beginners and experienced skaters.
So our new skater workshops, we call them storm chasers when they first begin, going along with our tornado theme. We take any skater of any level, usually post on Facebook, put some flyers out, word of mouth, emails, those kinds of things. Today we introduce what derby is. We have a lot of teammates here. They introduce themselves, talk about how they started, where they've come from, where they've been, what they do for a living, because we like to show that people from all different backgrounds and jobs come here to play derby. We teach them some of the rules. A lot of it is putting on your gear. First thing you need to know is how to fall correctly so you don't get injured. And then we just kind of get on our skates and lead through some of the minimum skills. Sometimes we'll have some of our veterans go ahead and go out there and put on maybe a mock scrimmage or something so they can see what derby looks like. In my opinion, roller derby is unlike other sports because you can be right there in the action. We have trackside seating on the floor as long as you're 18 and over. We sign autographs at the end, so you get to meet the skaters that you just saw out there. We're family friendly, try to keep our names family friendly. We have something for adults and for children. And you just get to come see strong humans working together as a team.
So jam starts. It takes 2 minutes to run a jam, unless a jammer calls it off at any time. They have to be lead jammers, so they have to have gotten out first. A jammer is the person with the star on the helmet. There's 5 skaters on the track. One is the jammer. One is a pivot. They have a skunk stripe on their helmet. They can become a jammer if the jammer decides to pass them the star. Then the other 3 are just blockers. They're trying to keep the other jammer from getting through. Jammers are the score runners of the game. So a jammer earns points by passing the hips of an opposing player. The only person they do not get points for is the other team's jammer. So legal ways that you can hit somebody. You can hit anybody with the front of you from your shoulders down to your knees. Also the tops of your arms. Anything elbows and below, you can't do that. It's not like the 70s where you throw elbows. You can't do that. You can't hit anybody in the face. You can't stick out your leg to trip them. You can't hit anybody in the back. You can hit them in the butt. You can't hit them in the back. Also read the rules if you really feel like it, but like it's a long thing, and I've read them probably 40 times and I still don't know everything. But come watch roller derby.
are so many reasons that people keep coming back to roller derby. One is the camaraderie and the friendship. Going through different bouts and solving problems and learning these things together brings us closer together. Some of us have been injured several times. I personally have had my fingers skated off. I've had ACL surgery. Please don't let this deter you from coming. But, and I stay because I love this team, and people get a certain loyalty, and it's hard. It's very hard. But when you learn a new skill, when you get to play a new bout against a team that maybe you struggled against in the beginning, and now you do better now, like, you're constantly growing, you're constantly learning. It's up to you. You decide, do you want to come to all 3 practices a week? Do you want to just do 2? Do you want to work out outside of practice? Like, you write your own story.